Hello everyone, it's Jenny. I am here, as you can see. Yes, it's the same Jenny that always opens with hello everyone, it's Jenny, for my gaming channel, Jenny23, and I decided I was going to start a secondary channel. Now, what this channel is, if you can't tell because of the kitchen behind me, is cooking. Now, I'm going to start off with a recipe that I'm not sure how many people know about, and it's called chili cups. Now, I use turkey chili because that's just my preference. You can use just about any sort of chili that you want in this recipe. And I also use crescent rolls. I usually use the 4-pack instead of the 8-pack because why would you want to eat 8 all at once? That's just me. It's also good for like little luncheons and stuff because you can get the 8-pack and all of that good stuff. Now, what I'm currently doing is I'm going to spray this just a little bit, and I'm going to go ahead and pick 4 spots in my muffin tin. Spray them real well, which I did. Now, I normally am a little bit messy with this, so forgive me. I will show you guys why I spray a plate in a minute here, because I'm pretty sure you guys are confused. But that reason is because I often need to keep this nice and neat when I roll these out. Now, give me a second. I forgot to get a spoon and another plate. Wow, I thought I was fully prepared, and I usually am. I guess it's because I'm a tad bit nervous. Give me one second. Alright, so I'm back and I have the spoon and the secondary plate. Now, this is generally how this looks for me. Which is pretty much normal, considering. Anyways, back to working on the chili cups. So, of course, open the crescent rolls. I don't know how many of you actually know about chili cups, honestly, and it's fine if not many of you know. Those of you who do, that's fine. This is just my version of it. Some people use regular biscuits. I generally don't. I think I'm gonna sit down if you don't mind, because I'm used to sitting, and I'm pretty sure you guys have noticed that I'm a little bit nervous because it's the first time I've shown my face for YouTube. Very much worth it, I will tell you right now. Only because my recipes are a little bit like, some of them are improvisations, depending on what it is I'm making, like tacos. I probably will be working on that next week. These recipe videos will come out once a week. I haven't decided what day, so whatever day they show up on my video feed, that's when they'll be out. So, yeah. Now if I can just get this can to cooperate, that would be nice. Word to the wise, anyone who has a nice long thumbnail or any nail, they probably find a lot of use out of it. Which I do. Which is probably interesting but not at the same time, which is weird, I'm sure. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with this, so there we go. Alright, so out they go. I'll be putting that in the trash soon enough. Always make sure that there's no metal in those at all. Alright, so these have been sitting out for about, 10 minutes. I had trouble figuring out how I was going to record this, so I was just like, screw that. I'll use my, almost said my iPad. That would have worked out, but it didn't. So, yeah. Now, what I'm doing right now is I'm flattening these by hand. So I'm just flattening them out. You want to make sure that they're pretty flattened, because you're gonna see exactly what I do in a minute. So, put that there. Pull these closer so you can see what I'm doing a little bit. This is a very short recipe video, and that's fine. Not every single video of mine is going to be long and winded. Not like my gaming videos, which have gotten a little bit better because I've understood editing just a little bit. But as you can see, I've flattened this out pretty well. And if you're having trouble lifting it off the plate, that's probably because you didn't spray it with any sort of spray. The spray that I'm using is Healthy Way cooking spray. It's canola. I get that from the dollar store because I'm cheap. Nah, it's just preference, really. But the dollar store has a lot of good things, and as you can see, I loop this around. I'll be showing that again in a minute. I loop that around. I do this. I make it look like a, I don't know, diaper, I guess. Weird analogy there. Sorry. I just wrap this around. Do that. Let's see. Do that as much as possible. Then I just pretty much plop it down in there. See, it's just like this. Make sure that this turns into a cup form. That's where the cup comes from. So, that's done. I'll show you one more time, then I'll just quickly do the other ones. And don't worry about the cooking spray, it's not bad for you at all. And yes, I know I have some cheese on the side here. I always use nacho or taco cheese, or even Kobe Jack. It's really up to you what kind of cheese you want to put on top. But yeah. So that's done. Pull these two together, like this. One over the other one. This doesn't truly matter which part you connect it to, as long as it makes that almost diaper looking thing to it. I like using the cooking spray to kind of smooth out some parts of this, because it does seem to help with that. But you still have to be careful, no matter what, when you're cooking. As the crazy Russian hacker would say, safety is the #1 priority. Always remember that, even when cooking. Safety is first. That's why I don't do this over the stove. I have before, and it got too hot and the dough started rising. So that's a no-no. Always keep that ready. So, I'm pretty quick about this because obviously you don't want the dough to just start rising or anything like that before you get it to the oven. Should be weird, considering it's not near the flame. I don't know where I'm going with that, but whatever. I usually do 2 at a time, like this, because it's easier and it's quicker. Yes, you want it to be pretty thin. Makes it a lot easier to work with. Okay, so once that is done, I will show you guys what's next. And you'll probably have about half of a can of chili left, because you don't want to fill these up too much. Fill it up too much and it will more or less boil over, and you won't have enough chili left for the next round. Now, the other thing that you can do with the leftover chili is to put it in plain ramen noodles, which I'm pretty sure some of you have done. If not, I will post a video per request. But it's pretty simple. Basic, I should say. Because all you're doing is putting the chili in there. You can put the cheese in there first. That's up to you. Pretty much you just boil up the ramen as you usually would. No chicken broth. Packed with salt, that is. Those of you who have salt troubles, or can't have too much salt, or sodium I should say, I would not recommend having too much of that broth if you're going to be having ramen. Unless you know for certain that you're going to be okay. But I would still probably think that through beforehand. Anyways, that's done. So put that aside. All trash and such will be put away later. So that's done. Set aside. Now to focus on the cups themselves. So, you have your chili. Then, now what I usually do is I will sometimes put all of this in like a container and have that ready for whenever I need it again. Like, as I said, the chili pasta or chili spaghetti, whatever you want to call it. But see, right now, you need to get the chili in there quick because they're starting to fall in on each other. So, you put 1 to 2 tablespoons, pretty good size. I always start with 1 in each one, so you can see this with my iPod, because you don't need to be seeing my iPod, but I always put like 1 tablespoon in there. Well, I consider this a tablespoon, but whatever. Put it in there a little bit. You want to fill these up about 3/4, at least. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys are like, oh, she's using store-bought stuff. Who cares? If you can easily make your own recipe out of something store-bought, which most people do, maybe not to this extent exactly, but to some sort of extent, you're fine. Who cares? Now see, this one is filled almost to the top, and that's exactly where we want it to be. That one's filled to the degree I want it to be. That one is too. There. Alright, so you'll have about a little less than half a can left. Set that aside. I'm probably going to just do this so that when you get it out, you can just use a spoon or twist it. It'll be easy to come out. So, and now here comes the cheese. You don't need too much. Just enough to cover that. Just enough to give a good layer. And it doesn't have to be perfect, obviously, but just need enough on there to, coat all of that. And it will look exactly like a cup once it comes out. I might have posted a picture of this on my Instagram, Jenni, Jeni, not 2 N's, on there. So I will be posting pictures of this. So if you guys are so curious about it, I will definitely give pointers if you need it. You can use any sort of chili. Vegetarian is an option. I've made that before. It's not too bad, but I prefer the turkey chili. Mostly because I'm used to the healthier alternative to chili. But see, this is pretty much how they're supposed to look. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get these in the oven. And I will be back in about 10 minutes. Okay? Alright. I shall return. I did forget to mention one thing. The instructions for the crescent rolls, it says to preheat to 350. You will want to keep it at 350 for the chili cups, and it won't take very long. I will probably use my iPod to get a little bit of footage of that in case you guys want to see that. I will be posting it to my Instagram. But otherwise, yeah, that's pretty much it. I would also recommend keeping your hair tied back, because no one wants hairs in their food. no one. Although sometimes it's not easy to, manage. Um, Other than that, I would probably just, go about your day. Make sure you have a timer for about 8 to 10 minutes, because it's not going to take very long. So I will return once they are done, and you guys will get to see me work on them again. Then probably sometime next week I'll either work on taco, the taco recipe that I was somewhat talking about, or something else. Now with the taco recipe, it's gonna be a little bit more challenging, I guess. But we'll figure something out, won't we? Alright, I shall return. I'm back, everyone. Okay, so the chili cups are ready to come out. Just give me 1 second. I will get them out and I'll plate them and I'll bring them right over here so you guys can see them. Alright? Okay, so first off, you can tell that I'm lefty. Secondly, look at these beauties. Now I need to go and hurry up and plate them. So I shall return again. Okay, so it took a little bit to get them out of there. Um, Unfortunately, these ones broke a little bit towards the bottom, and that's absolutely fine. Always remember to have a fork or a spoon, and pretty much just dig in and enjoy, but I would make sure to let them sit for a little bit. As you can see, some of these did come out like that. It's not a big deal. As long as you can eat the chili and you can have the cup, That's all that matters. It's an edible crescent roll cup with chili in it, with cheese on top. You can't go wrong, right? Alright, so tell me in the comments below what you think of this recipe and if you would actually enjoy it. Um, don't forget to subscribe, become a minion of cooking or gaming. That's entirely up to you guys. But yeah, most of all, just enjoy the videos, and yeah, I'll link down below all of the information for my gaming channels if you guys want to. I will also put in the description box the recipe for the chili cups. But it's pretty much just easy to do, and not every single time will it come out perfect. That's the point. Chili cups are not supposed to come out perfect. They're just supposed to come out edible, and it doesn't matter if they look like they're about to fall over and, just spill. They can be as neat as you want them to be, or as messy as you like them. Unfortunately, today I went with messy because I'm just a little bit lazy, and I'm not about to deny that. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a comment, subscribe, like, share, whatever. It's whatever you guys want. Now that you've seen the face of Jenny, you can't ever go back. Alright. Bye!